Every year, millions of drivers are stopped by police, and most of us think we know what to do. But the truth is, officers have a few common tricks they use to get inside your car, and most people don't even realize it's happening. Some of these moves seem harmless, polite even, but if you respond the wrong way, you could unintentionally give consent to a search. And once that happens, anything they find can be used against you, even if you weren't doing anything wrong. Today we're breaking down 5 specific tactics officers use during traffic stops, from asking to look in your car casually, to claiming they smell something, to using multiple officers at once to apply pressure. You're going to learn exactly how to respond, what to say, and what to avoid, all while staying calm and fully within your rights. These are real, legally grounded tips for drivers in the US, and knowing them could save you from a headache, a fine, or even a bigger legal problem down the road. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear plan for protecting your rights whenever you get pulled over, without escalating the situation.
Trick 1. The friendly look inside. One of the most common tactics officers use is what you might call the friendly approach. They'll ask if they can take a look inside your car, often with a smile or casual tone. They might make small talk or frame it like it's not a big deal. It can feel almost like they're asking a favor rather than exercising a legal right. That friendliness is deliberate. It's designed to make you feel comfortable and more likely to say yes. But here's the important part. Agreeing to this, even casually, counts as giving consent. Once you consent, the officer can legally search your vehicle without a warrant. So how should you respond? The simplest approach is the clearest one. You can say, "Officer, I do not consent to any searches." That's it. A polite, firm statement like this communicates your boundaries clearly. You don't need to justify yourself, argue, or give any reason. You're simply stating your decision. At the same time, you can cooperate fully with things you're legally required to provide, like your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance. Providing those items doesn't give permission to search your car. It only satisfies what the law requires during a stop. Keeping calm and relaxed helps as well. Try to maintain visible hands, on the steering wheel or in your lap, and speak in a steady tone. Officers are trained to notice body language, and being composed can help prevent unnecessary tension. If the officer repeats the question or tries to persuade you, calmly restate your line. You don't need to argue or negotiate. The beauty of this approach is that it protects your rights without creating conflict. By making your refusal clear, you create a record of your choice, which could be important later if there's any question about the legality of a search. Consent is voluntary, and officers cannot force it. Stating your position, politely but firmly, keeps you in control of the situation, while still showing that you're cooperating with the law.
Trick 2. The smell excuse. Another common tactic officers use during traffic stops is the smell excuse. They might claim they smell marijuana, alcohol, or some other substance, and then suggest that gives them a reason to search your car. In some states, certain odors can be considered probable cause, but laws are changing rapidly, especially with cannabis legalization. What this means is that smelling something doesn't automatically give the officer permission to search. Even so, many officers will still bring it up because it can make drivers feel like saying no is risky or that it will escalate the situation. The key here is to stay calm and keep your response simple. You can say something like, "I do not consent to a search. I'm not arguing, I'm just not giving permission." That line communicates your decision clearly and politely. You're acknowledging their presence, but you're drawing a firm line on your rights. At the same time, you can provide what's legally required, your license, registration, and proof of insurance, without giving them permission to open your vehicle. Keeping your hands visible and speaking in a steady tone makes a difference. Officers notice body language, and a calm, composed demeanor helps prevent misunderstandings. If they continue to press or insist that they can search anyway, repeat your refusal. You don't need to explain yourself further. Saying the same thing a couple of times, clearly and politely, makes it obvious that any consent was not given voluntarily. It's also smart to note details if the stop continues. Badge numbers, patrol car numbers, and even the time of the stop can be useful later. If the officer searches despite your refusal, comply without resisting, but the repeated refusal can help if you challenge the legality of the search afterward. Understanding this trick is crucial because many people agree to a search just to avoid conflict, not realizing they're giving away their rights. By calmly refusing, you maintain control of the situation, protect your legal position, and stay fully within your rights.
Trick 3. The two-officer pressure. Sometimes officers will work as a team to try to get access to your car. One officer might keep you engaged in conversation, while the other casually approaches your vehicle or asks for permission to search. This is a common tactic because having two people involved can make it feel more urgent or harder to say no. It's meant to create subtle pressure, even if neither officer says anything aggressive. The important thing to remember is that the number of officers doesn't change your rights. Consent has to be voluntary. You can handle this calmly by keeping your response simple and clear. For example, you can say, "I do not consent to any searches. Am I free to go?" That line communicates that you are aware of your rights and keeps the conversation controlled. If the officer clarifies that you are not free to leave, it's your chance to calmly assert your right to remain silent and ask for a lawyer. "I want to remain silent and I want a lawyer." While saying this, keep your hands visible on the steering wheel or in your lap and maintain a composed demeanor. Calm body language can prevent unnecessary tension and shows that you are cooperating without giving consent. You can also continue to provide legally required documents like your driver's license and registration. Doing so does not mean you are agreeing to a search. Even if the officers continue to press or ask repeatedly, you don't have to explain yourself or argue. Simply restating your refusal in a polite, steady tone is enough. This creates a clear record that consent was not given voluntarily, which can be important later if the stop escalates or a search occurs anyway. This tactic works because people often feel social pressure when multiple officers are present. By staying composed, using clear language, and maintaining a calm presence, you take control of the interaction. It's not about confrontation, it's about protecting your rights while keeping the situation safe and manageable.
Trick 4. The safety emergency. Another tactic officers sometimes use is claiming there's a safety issue that requires them to check your car. They might say something like, "I need to make sure everything is safe," or "I'm concerned about your vehicle being a hazard." The goal is often to make you feel like the search is unavoidable and urgent. While genuine safety concerns can justify limited actions by officers, this is often used as a pretext to encourage consent. The key is to remain calm and cooperative while still protecting your rights. You can follow reasonable instructions, such as stepping out of the car or keeping your hands visible, but you don't have to consent to a full search. A simple, clear statement works well. "I'll stay still. I do not consent to a search." Saying this calmly communicates that you are cooperating with lawful instructions, but you are not giving permission to search your vehicle. You can also provide your license, registration, and insurance as required by law. These actions satisfy legal obligations without granting consent. Keeping your body language relaxed and your hands visible is important. Officers pay attention to how you carry yourself, and a composed demeanor can prevent misunderstandings or unnecessary tension. If the officer insists or tries to justify a search, calmly restate your refusal. Repeating your line makes it clear that any consent was not given voluntarily and establishes a record of your rights. Even in situations that seem urgent, maintaining this balance, cooperation with lawful instructions, clear refusal of consent, and calm composure keeps you in control. It protects your legal position while ensuring the interaction doesn't escalate unnecessarily. Understanding this tactic helps you navigate stops safely and assert your rights effectively without creating conflict.
Trick 5. The minor infraction pretext. One of the most common ways officers try to get access to your car is through what's called a pretext stop. They might pull you over for something minor, like a broken taillight, an expired registration, or a small traffic violation. On the surface, it looks like a routine stop, but the real goal is sometimes to get you out of the car and create an opportunity to search your vehicle. Even though pretextual traffic stops are legally allowed in the US, that doesn't mean officers automatically have the right to search your car. Searches still require either probable cause or your consent. The challenge is that minor infractions can make people nervous, and officers often use that unease to encourage consent without directly forcing it. In this situation, the safest approach is to provide what the law requires: your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance, while clearly stating that you do not consent to a search. You can say something simple and firm, such as, "Here's my license and registration. I do not consent to any searches." Keeping your hands visible and your demeanor calm helps show cooperation while maintaining your rights. You don't need to explain yourself further or argue about the minor infraction. Your words alone make it clear that any search cannot be done voluntarily. If the officer attempts to search anyway, stay calm and comply with reasonable instructions. Repeat your refusal if necessary. Making your position clear can be important if the search is later challenged in court. Even if the stop feels routine, being prepared for this kind of pretext stop ensures that you stay in control of the situation while protecting yourself legally. Understanding this tactic is crucial because minor traffic violations can be used to justify much larger searches if you're not careful. By remaining composed, providing only what is legally required, and stating your refusal to consent clearly, you can navigate these stops safely and keep your rights intact.
Before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post videos like this all the time, breaking down your rights, showing you how to handle traffic stops, and giving you practical tips that could save you from a lot of trouble down the road. Subscribing is the best way to make sure you don't miss any of these guides, because every week there's something new, from legal tips to real-world scenarios, all explained in a way that's easy to understand and actually usable. And if you're serious about protecting your rights and staying informed, hit the bell icon so YouTube notifies you the moment a new video drops. That way, you're always ahead of the curve and prepared for whatever comes your way. Drop a comment below too. Let me know what type of stop or situation you want me to break down next. I read all your comments and often make videos based on the questions you ask. So go ahead, click subscribe, turn on notifications, and join the community of viewers who are learning how to stay calm, confident, and fully aware of their rights whenever they're on the road.